Today I'm going to bring you a video. I'm quite excited about this video, and it's going to be about how I'm using Hobonichi with getting things done, which is a book, a productivity book written by David Allen, and in it he just describes a very simple method of getting things done and creating tasks and thinking ahead to the future, and it's really interesting. So kind of this video is going to be based off of this book. So if you don't know anything about getting things done, this book, I'm going to link some videos in the description that kind of give you a brief overview of what it's about, and really I'm just going to go into kind of a quick overview today of how I'm using this method in the Hobonichi Planner. Okay, so let's take this book aside. So first of all, the basic premise of getting things done is that you have an inbox. Anything that comes into your life, a task, a project, some reference material, anything at all goes into that inbox. If it takes less than 2 minutes to complete the task, then you just do it then and there and get it done. If it takes a bit longer, it goes into your inbox, and maybe every day, every 2 days, you process your inbox and decide the task, whether it's going to take more than one step, in which case it's a project, or whether it's something that you can do kind of, it might take a little time, it might not be less than 2 minutes, but it's something that you can do, and that would be a task. I'm going to run through the different sections in Hobonichi and how I'm using them with the getting things done method. This is something that I've just started doing, and so I'm kind of interested to see like how I get on with it. I've kind of been doing it anyway with the bullet journal system, but this is kind of just incorporating both the systems into one thing. And of course, as I really love the Hobonichi Planner, I'm going to use it in this. So first of all, I'm going to start off with the calendar. So David Allen talks about putting any essential kind of like day tasks in your calendar and any appointments that have to be done that day. Now these are things that cannot be moved, they will be completed that day. So as you can see, I've put all my work appointments here. I've also kind of put in any kind of documents that I need to hand in on certain days, any tasks, like for example, I've got my feed plants on these days. Every 2 weeks I want to do that, so I put that in on my calendar. It has to be done on that Friday, but there's not a time to it. And then also like little things that happen during the month. So for example, here they had the election, so I wrote that in on my planner just as a little reminder. So it's still kind of a journal, and it's still a diary, and it's still like a reference as well. So that's my calendar. Along the side, I did this before, I wrote down a list of the most current projects that I'm really working on. So this is just a brief one word, it's just to jog my memory about the projects, and I'll see this every time I turn to the calendar, which is every day. And then I've got some tasks that need to be completed the months, and I wrote that just quickly here. I don't have many, and then a waiting on, which have all been done. So this is kind of like just the monthly overview of everything, and it's quite handy to see every task that you have during the month. I'm going to turn to my, I think it's my daily now, so you can see how it actually works day to day. The weekly calendar is pretty much the same as the monthly one. The daily calendar, I wrote down here just a kind of a quick kind of setup of how I'm going to do this. So every day I'm going to follow this kind of structure. It's just building upon what I've done already. So at the top you've got 5, in the A5 you've got 5 check boxes that you can see here. These are where I'm going to list the absolutely vital things that need to be completed that day, and maybe there might be some information like a new TV show that's coming out, or just a reminder that I'm going to get paid, and so I need to check that I got paid. So I'm going to put it all at the top, and you've got 5 check boxes, and you'll see later on, I'll show you a few pages that I've done recently. I've actually created check boxes around that, so there's only 5 things. It's quite manageable. You can get 5 things done in a day without feeling guilty that you've got too many things that you can't quite do. I've put day specific tasks here, but to be honest, I'm not even doing that here now. I'm using it as an inbox. So this entire section is an inbox, and I'll have this book with me during the day, like next to me at work, or when I'm at home, I'll just have it laid out on the table. And if anything comes to me during the day, I'll just quickly write it in here. Or I have it out when I'm teaching as well, and any notes that I need to make about students, I'll put in here. So this is my inbox, very literally. I'll just write in anything that comes into my head. I don't care if it's a project, I don't care if it's like a next action task that I can do very quickly, I'll just put it here. If it's less than 2 minutes, of course, then I'll do it straight away if I'm in the right place. If not, it will be here so I can refer to it later. Along the side here, I'm going to put my time and day specific appointments and tasks, and any notes that I need to make here. And then at the bottom, I've got my gratitude section as well. Where I'll write out 3 kind of sentences for gratitude. As you can see, I've done it over on this side here. Let me just move my camera a little bit so you can see. Okay, and then down here I will do some journaling or notes or reference. I've actually got some watercolours recently, so you can see I did a little bit of drawing and watercolouring there. Really got obviously the other side, so I'm going to practice that a bit more, but when I've got a bit more time, I think. But yeah, any kind of pictures or mementos that I want to copy in. Sometimes I like put tickets down here, things that I've done in the day. So it's still like a diary, still a journal, but it's kind of a useful kind of task oriented thing. And this week has been kind of busy with work and stuff, so I haven't really had time to do anything else. So over here you can start to see the setup that I had. So at the top I had the 2 projects that I wanted to kind of focus on. I put 2 projects here, but I don't think that's the right thing to do. So later on I haven't really done that. They've been quite specific tasks or reminders that I need to do here. And then I put my inbox, as you can see here. I've just checked them off. Because that means I've transferred them to their correct places in the diary. It doesn't necessarily mean I've done them, but it means I've transferred them to the right place where they need to be. So if they are like day specific things, I would have transferred them to the calendar. If they are next action tasks, they'll go into my next actions book, which I'm going to show you. And if they're my projects tasks, then they'll go into projects. And then I put my appointments down here and ticked off the ones that I did. So this is like the bullet journal system here. And then I've also I need to do some shopping for the apartment, but it's quite a lot still, so I've just kind of listed them out down here, and I've listed my gratitude here. Let's just have a look. So I've kind of kept up that for the next few days, similar things. As you can see at the top, I started to kind of just list the specific tasks. I started here to actually do the check boxes, so it sort of separates the inbox from the daily kind of reminders and tasks that I need to do, and I've got here as well. Okay, so that's that. Now I'm going to show you in this cover, it's really good because it has a back pocket. If you kind of see my if you see my earlier videos, I had like an unboxing where I showed you all of the oh dear, talking at the page. I showed you all of my kind of like covers and stuff and the little pockets and stuff. So this is kind of a nice inbox to take around with you as well, because there's lots of little pockets and things, kind of compartments and things where you can put things. I'm saying things a lot, but there you go. Right, so I've got 2 notebooks that came with the Hobonichi. You can use any notebooks, they don't need to come from this. Again, like I like these notebooks because they've got like exactly the same paper to the A5 one, so it's quite nice to write in. So I've divided up to 2 lists. I've got my master list, which are going to have all my projects in, and then I've got my next action lists, which are the lists of things that are going to be the very, very next task to do, and their specific kind of section in the diary. This might be getting a little bit complicated and I'm a bit worried. So I might make this kind of do like an in-depth thing of each task, but I'll talk you through what I'm doing here. So I've got my master list, and this just has a list of my current projects. So these are the things that I haven't really sat down and emptied my head completely, but I'm doing it as I go through the days. Current projects are a list of everything that I want to start preparing and working on. I also within this book have a someday maybe list where I'll write out things that I want to try but I haven't quite got round to or don't think I want to do kind of immediately. So I will refer to these, every week. I will go through and make sure that the projects I'm kind of working on them during the week, and any projects that I don't want to be working on anymore, I'll just cross them out. So that's that. So projects, David Allen defines a project as anything that takes more than one step to complete. So that goes in there. And then here are the very, very next steps. And these are one task things. So once you complete this task, it's done and you can move on to the next thing. So I've divided my tasks into areas that I'm in during the day. So for example, calls, computer, there's my waiting for, home, errands, anywhere, waiting for, and then I did one for office as well. So computer, whenever I'm at a computer I can do these kind of tasks. They're very, very next door tasks, right? So once I've completed one, it should allow me to then move on to the next part of that task to then complete the project as a whole. We'll see how it works. I'm kind of new to doing this. And then we have calls here. So anytime I need to use the phone. I've got stuff that I have to do at home, errands when I'm out and about, stuff that I can do anywhere. And I've got a waiting for list. So this is kind of handy for keeping up with orders. You can see I crossed out the ones that I've done. So that's handy as well. So those are my two lists. So anytime, say for example, in this, let's go back to maybe the first one I had. I wrote down quite a lot of things in my inbox, and I just decided whether it was a project or whether it was a task. And if it's a next action task and it takes more than 2 minutes, I'll put it in my next actions list on the appropriate kind of area where I can complete it. And then if it's a project and it takes more than one step to complete, I'll put it in my master list and review it weekly just to make sure I'm up to date with the next action on that list. Now for some projects, they're quite a bit bigger than just writing them as one thing on a list. So I have certain tasks that, you might have seen this before, I have certain tasks that certain projects that I have a whole book for. So piano is one of them. That's just like a never-ending project, but there's many little projects within that of pieces that I want to learn, exams I want to complete. So that will go into like a big project, and I'll break them down even further into like different things that I want to complete, writing the very, very next steps and actions that I want to take. So that's one example. Also, something else that I wanted to show you are collections. Now I haven't really been very good at filling in these collections, but at the back of your Hobonichi you'll find there's like several blank pages, and I think these are good for like collections that you look at constantly. So things like books, recipes, pieces that I want to learn on the piano, movies, TV, and if I were to have a brand new planner, I would obviously kind of condense some of these, like for example books, movies, TV stuff, I think could probably go on one page, like entertainment maybe. And then recipes, that's a good one as well. I could probably even make half a page for each thing, but you live and learn, and it's kind of part of the discovery. So yeah, at the back of the book I'm using for collections. I haven't really decided what I'm going to do with these other pages yet, but I'm going to get to those. So there you go, that's kind of like an overview. Maybe I will make a separate video on anything that you want me to explain anymore. Just let me know. Yeah, it can get quite tricky kind of explaining all of that, but hopefully it was good. I might go through kind of at the end of the week, so setting up for the next kind of week and running through the tasks and things that I'm doing so you can see how it all is working. But hopefully that made sense. Please let me know if you want me to clarify anything, and I will make another video to clarify. Thanks for watching. Yeah, let me know if there's anything that you want to know, any comments. Please give this video a like if you enjoyed it as well. Thank you, and bye-bye.